Sports Network presents Pro Baseball 64, the Saturday game of the week for April 25th. Today, from Shibe Park in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Phillies host the Chicago Cubs. As most of you know who follow baseball, the Philadelphia Phillies of 1964 are one of the most sorrowful stories in the game's history. They led by up to 10 games with 2 weeks to go in the season to try to win their first National League Championship since 1950, and they lost it. They lost it eventually to the St. Louis Cardinals. So we figure we should get some Phillies games into our replay, just because if this kind of goes back to where we think the season should go, the Phillies are going to play a major part in it. But as they start their second week of baseball, they are 3-4. They host today the Chicago Cubs, who are 3-5 and not a very good team. So on the hill for Philadelphia is Dennis Bennett on the year, 0-1 the record, a .527 ERA, 13 innings pitched, 18 hits allowed, a homer. He's walked 1 and struck out 5. The lineup for the Cubs: Jimmy Stewart leads off and plays second. Lou Brock is in right field. Billy Williams bats third and is in left field. Ron Santo is your third baseman. He cleans up. He's off to a hot start. Ernie Banks bats fifth at first. Rogers is his shortstop, batting sixth. Pertell, the catcher, bats seventh. Cowan, the center fielder, bats eighth. And Larry Jackson is on the hill for the Cubs. Defensively for the Philadelphia Phillies, it's Covington in left, Tony Gonzalez in center, Johnny Callison in right. He's pretty good. Richie Allen, the rookie, is at third. Bobby Wine is a shortstop. Tony Taylor is the second baseman. Ernstine is the first baseman. Dalrymple, the catcher. And the lefty, Dennis Bennett, on the mound. Let's get things started. Bennett's pitch is a line drive to second. Taylor is there for the first out. Here's Lou Brock. Lou only hit 191 against lefties, 229, no homers, and 7 RBI on the year. Pitch from Bennett, and he draws a walk, ball 4. So he is not in a position. We move the play-by-play box to make it bigger. He's not a threat to steal here. Here's Billy Williams. Williams at 258, no homers, and 5 RBI. Pitch from Bennett is a ground ball into the hole on the left side. That'll be a base hit. Brock will hold at second. Williams at first. 1 out for Santo. And the Cubs are in fine business already here in the first. Shrink this. Yeah. Let's try medium. Okay, now we can see the runner on first. All right, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Dennis Bennett struggling here early. Beautiful day, 69 degrees, no wind here. Santo at 393, a homer and 6 RBIs. And the pitch to Ron is a strike 3. 1-2 pitch at the knees for a strikeout for Bennett, 2 out for Ernie Banks, who is hitting like a house of fire. 387, 2 homers, and 8 RBI. Cubs are 3-5 so far this year. Pitch to Banks is a line drive into right. Callison should have it. He does, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors after 1/2 inning. No score. So Larry Jackson is your pitcher. He's 1-1 on the year with a 4.02 ERA. 15 innings pitched, 13 hits allowed. He has allowed 1 home run. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. The lineup for the Phillies: Tony Taylor leads off and plays second. Richie Allen, the third baseman, bats second. Johnny Callison, the right fielder, bats third. Tony Gonzalez is the center fielder. He bats fourth. Wes Covington bats fifth and left. Ernstine, the first baseman, bats sixth. Dalrymple, the catcher, bats seventh. That's 5 left-handed hitters in a row. Bobby Wine, the shortstop, bats eighth, and the pitcher, Bennett, bats ninth. Defensively, it's Billy Williams in left, Cowan in center, Brock in right, Remember, for most of his career with St. Louis, he was a center fielder. Ron Santo, the excellent defensive third baseman. Rogers at short. Jimmy Stewart at second. Banks at first, with Bertel behind the plate. So Taylor steps in at 269, a homer and 2 RBI. Pitch to Taylor's a ground ball to second. Stewart on a bounder, throws it to first to get Taylor. 1 out for Richie Allen. The rookie is slumping at the plate, 138. He would hit 318 on the real year, with 2 homers and 4 RBI. You can see on the scoreboard, Mets and Pirates tied at no score in the first. We'll get you updated in a bit on the scoreboard. Pitch from Jackson. Ground ball to third. Santo is in. Throws it over. 2 out. Good start for Larry Jackson. John Callison, the all-star right fielder. Not an all-star start. 179. No homers and 6 RBI. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Rogers should have it. And he does. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, no score. As Andre Rogers steps to the plate, he's hitting 219, a homer and 5 RBI. Let's tell you what's going on around the majors. There are 3 games underway. San Francisco and Cincinnati are scoreless in the top of the second. Jack Sanford and Jim Maloney throwing. Mets and Pirates are tied in the bottom of the first with no score. Jack Fisher and Bob Veal pitching for Pittsburgh. Baltimore leads the Yankees in the bottom of the first. A solo shot by Jackie Brandt, probably to lead off the game. Milt Pappas and Jim Bouton are on the hill. We thought about that, but we brought you the Yankees and the Orioles last week as the season opener for the Saturday game of the week. We'll see if I was right. All right, here's Rogers. Pitch from Dennis Bennett is a fly ball into Zapata. Ernstein is there on the cut of the grass, 1 out. That's Dick Bertel. And he's struggling, man. 1 for 20 on the year, a 0.50 batting average, 8 strikeouts. Bennett delivers, make it 9. 2-2 fastball, swung on and missed for the second out. Here's Billy Cowan. Billy at 280, a homer and 6 RBI for the Cubs, even though his picture there shows him with the Philadelphia Phillies. Bennett delivers, and there's a ground ball, a line drive into right field for a base hit. He rounds first. Callison has a good arm, and Cowan holds at first. So 1 on and 2 out for Larry Jackson, the pitcher, who was hitting at 800 on the year. 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. 4 singles, 3 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Pitch from Bennett. There's a ground ball to third. Allen with good range flips it over to second to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 hit, no error. After 1.5, it's the Cubs and the Phillies scoreless. Tony Gonzalez, the batter. Tony at 429 for the Phillies with a homer and 2 RBI. Jackson, a perfect first. Pitch to Gonzalez up the middle, and it is going to drop for a base hit in the center. Gonzalez moves up. I was trying to speed up the animation here. Hold on 1 sec. This is a spread out ballpark, and so the animation is slower. All right, here's Wes Covington. He's at 267 with a homer and 3 RBI, at 13 on the regular year, and they get 280. Jackson flings it over to first. Gonzalez is back. Gonzalez is not a threat to steal. Pitch to Covington is a line drive, base it into right field. Gonzalez goes to third, throw goes into second, and that's a single. So the first two are on for the Phillies here in the second inning. And here's Johnny Hernstein, who was 1 for 7 on the year with a single. Doesn't even have a picture up there. Jackson's ready. Here's a pitch. And there's a grounder up the middle. Gonzalez will score. Covington will hold at second on the RBI single, and the Phillies are on the board first. Here's Clay Dalrymple. Break the bunt. Cubs playing back. Boy, it's tempting. We'll do it. Dalrymple squares. Bertel throws it to third, and they get Covington. So it does not work. The sack does not work. 10 bunter out of 10, and the Phillies bunt themselves into the first out of the inning. So Hernstein on second, Dalrymple on first. Here's Bobby Wine hitting 130, 3 for 23 on the young year. The pitch. There's a ground ball to first. Banks throws it to second for 1. Back to Ernie, and it's 2. They got it. A double play to end the inning. Not before the Phillies draw first blood. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. After 2, it's the Phillies 1, the Cubs nothing. So Jimmy Stewart is up. Dennis Bennett has thrown 37 pitches through 2. This first time through the lineup. 2 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 2. Stewart is 0 for 1. And Bennett gets him to go down on a 3-2 curveball. 1 out for Brock, who walked his first time up. Bennett's got him swinging. Tipped it in the glove for a strike 3. So 2 quick outs here. Here's Billy Williams, who's 1 for 1, a single in the first. The pitch. There's a fly ball to right. Allison has it measured to the track, and it's off the wall. So Williams is in with a stand-up double, and the Cubs have the tying run in scoring position for Ronnie Santo. Santos struck out his first time up. The pitch. Here's a ground ball to third, foul. So the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Santo. 1-0 Phillies, top of the third. The pitch. Santo grounds 1 to Allen, who flips it across the diamond to retire the side. They'll strand him right there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 2.5, the Cubs trail the Phillies 1-0. So Dennis Bennett, 1 for 3 on the year. A single, a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout. Pitch from Jackson. He draws the walk. 4 wide ones. So Larry, his first time through the lineup, 2 innings plus, 3 hits allowed, a walk that you just saw to Bennett, and no strikeouts, and 1 run it was earned. Here's Tony Taylor, 0 for 1 this afternoon. Taylor grounds 1 to third. Santo to Stewart for 1, to Banks for 2. They go around the horn, and there's now 2 out. Here's Richie Allen. Richie's 0 for 1. The pitch. Popped up. Bertel takes off the mask right by home plate, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3 here at Shibe Park, the Phillies 1, the Cubs nothing. Beautiful 72-degree day here. No wind as Ernie Banks steps in the box to start the 4th. As you can see up on the continuous ticker, the Orioles lead the Yankees 2-0 in the 3rd. Minnesota, by the way, is the early team in first place in the American League. Pittsburgh leads the National League. In our next game, you'll see the Pirates as they travel to Milwaukee for a Wednesday night tilt against the Braves. Our next Saturday game of the week will be from the sunny confines of Dodger Stadium as the Dodgers and Giants hook up. Anyway, here's Ernie. He's 0 for 1. Bennett's pitch is up the middle, base hit. So a single for Ernie on a 2-2 pitch to start the inning. That's the 4th hit for the Cubs. Here's Andre Rogers, 0 for 1. A pitch, and he walked him. So Bennett, who's on the right side of a 1-0 lead, has not been all that efficient. He's now walked 2. Banks on second, Rogers on first for Dick Bertel. who struck out, one of 4 strikeouts from Bennett on Bertel's first time up. Cowan on net. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Wine has it. He flips to Taylor for 1 over to Harnstein. Does he get him? Yes, they turn it. 6-4-3. 2 out for Billy Cowan, who singled his first time up. Bennett delivers, and there's a line drive in the left center that's going to tie the game. Banks will score. Cowan is on first with the single, and we are knotted up at 1. So a big RBI for Cowan. He's 2 for 2. Here's Larry Jackson. He's 0 for 1. Bennett, 76 pitches through 3 2/3. Pitch to Jackson. Grounder to second. Tony Taylor flips it to first, and that retires the side. Not before the Cubs tie the game. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 3.5 in the books. We're at 1-1. So the power part of the lineup here for the Phillies, Callison, Gonzalez, and Covington. Callison retired his first time up. Larry Jackson, 3 innings of baseball and 32 pitches. 3 hits, an earned run, and a walk. Pitch to Callison. Ball. That's a strikeout. 1-2 curve. And Callison watched it go by for strike 3. First strikeout for Larry. Here's Tony Gonzalez. Gonzalez singled and scored his first time up. In the second. There's a ground ball. What a stop by Rogers. By the bag at second. Flips it over to Banks for the second out. I'll bring up Wes Covington. Covington singled his first time up. Dodgers are in Milwaukee. They lead at 1-0 in the first. Pitch to Covington. And there's a fly ball to left center. Back goes Cowan. And the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, it's the Cubs 1, the Phillies 1. So the third time through the lineup now for Dennis Bennett. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts with an earned run thrown in there. Jimmy Stewart, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Pitch from Bennett. There's a ground ball, base hit left side. So another hit. That's the Cubs' 6th. They've stranded 5 so far. Wow, Baltimore all over the Yankees, 5-0. Complete scores after this half inning. Lou Brock, the batter. He is 0 for 1. He has struck out and walked. Bennett delivers another strikeout. 2-2 swung on him, missed strike 3. That's 5 for Bennett. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Billy Williams, the batter. 2 for 2. He has singled and doubled, but not scored. The pitch. And there's a line drive right to Allen. Oh, mercy. Nice grab. 2 out for Ron Santo. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. The pitch. Santo draws ball 4. Bennett puts his hands on his hips. 4 wide ones, and that'll bring up Ernie Banks, who scored the lone Cub run in the 4th. 1 for 2 with a single. Bennett's pitch. There's a ground ball to second. Taylor over to first, and that retires the side. Wow, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Halfway home at Shibe Park, the Cubs and Phillies are tied at 1. The Cubs have stranded 7. This should be a game they should be easily winning. Let's tell you about everything else going on today on a Saturday full of baseball. The Giants and Reds are scoreless in the top of the 6th. Pittsburgh leads the Mets 1-0 from Forbes Field. They're in the top of the 6th. Orsino has a homer for Baltimore. Second, they lead the Yankees 5-0. Booten still pitching. Where's it Bouton? Anyway, you know who it is. The guy that wrote ball 4 is pitching for the Yankees in the bottom of the 4th. The 3 Central Time Zone games. Cubs lead the Dodgers. Maury Wills with a home run. How about that? 1-0 in the second inning. Johnny Padres and Warren Spahn going at County Stadium. Tigers lead the Twins 2-1. Rollins with his 2nd homer of the year for Minnesota. Wickersham and Camilo Pascual pitching in that one. And just the start of things at Comiskey Park, White Sox lead the Red Sox 1-0. Gene Connolly and Buzzard pitching. And one more. We don't stop taping here even when I sneeze. And that's the scoreboard, brought to you by America's Grocery Store, the AMP, the Great Atlantic and Pacific Tea Company. It'll be Hernstein, Darlinpole, and Wine here in the bottom of the fifth for Philadelphia. Larry Jackson is cruising right along, 45 pitches through 4 innings. Hernstein singled home Gonzalez in the second for the lone Phillies run. He's 1 for 1. Make that 2 for 2 as he puts that one into right center. Cowan cuts it off. Hernstein will hold at first, and that's a single. Cowan might have had a play on it, but didn't want to turn it into extra bases, so a pretty smart play. Here's Clay Darlinpole. He whiffed on a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And there's 0 for 1. Jackson delivers, ground ball to second. Stewart's only plays to first, and there's 1 out. So Hernstein moves to second. Bobby Wine is the batter. Runner in scoring position, and a 1-1 tie here in the fifth. Pitch to Wine is 0 for 1. Grounded to Santo. Throws it over to Banks. 2 out. Hernstein will hold. Now bring up Dennis Bennett. I'm going to bat him one more time. He walked his first time up. And the pitch. And there's a fly ball in the right field. Brock should have this lined up. He does, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 5, it's the Cubs and Phils tied at 1. Andre Rogers steps in the box. Dennis Bennett, probably his last inning. 5 innings, 6 hits. He has walked 3 and struck out 5. The only reason why it's tied is the Cubs can't string 2 hits together. Cubs have strained 7 so far, the Phillies 2. Rogers is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he walks again, so that's the second time he's drawn a walk. The 4th walk from Bennett. 3-1 ball was high and away, and now bring up Dick Bertel. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And Bennett gets plunked. And does Bennett go to the mound? Oh my goodness, they get into it. Bertel and Bennett exchange words. And Bertel is thrown out. Bennett is not. Jimmy Schaefer is a pinch runner. Bertel charged the mound. So Schaefer will be the runner at first, and that will be it for Bennett. I'm going to leave him in. All right, we're going to go with Rick Wise. Actually, I'm going to go with Johnny Clipshot here. So Rick Wise comes in to pitch for the Phillies. Bennett wasn't ejected, but he was just all over the place. Phillies and Cubs tied at 1. Wise has not pitched this year. He won't start a game until the end of May. So, oops, dropped my spoon. So we'll let Wise get some relief work in. On the real season, 5-3 with a 4.04 ERA, 69 innings, 78 hits. He allowed 7 home runs, walked 25, and struck out 39. And so Rogers on second, Schaefer, the pinch runner, on first for Billy Cowan, who has singled twice and drove in Ernie Banks in the 4th. First pitch from Wise of the year is a ground ball to Hernstein, who flips it over to Wise, and he takes it himself. It's an out either way. He took it himself. So 1 out. The runners move up 90 feet for Larry Jackson, and we're going to pitch straight up to Jackson. Wise delivers, strike him out. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. So there's 2 out and 2 on for Jimmy Stewart, who was 1 for 3. Singled and struck out, and can give the Cubs a lead with a base hit. The pitch. It is a ground ball to Hernstein. Flips it over to Wise, and it's not a wonderful life for Stewart as the Cubs strand 2 more. No runs, no hits. A Donnybrook and no errors. After 5.5, the Cubs and Phillies are tied at 1. Schaefer, by the way, stays in the game to catch. Jackson, 5 innings, 4 hits, a walk and a strikeout. Tony Taylor is 0 for 2 as the Phillies go through the lineup for the 3rd time here to start the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Taylor. Ground ball to Jackson. Flings it over the Banks. 1 out. Here's Richie Allen. He's 0 for 2. Jackson delivers, and that's ball 4. So Allen laid off a 3-1 pitch low, and that'll bring up Johnny Callison, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Jackson's ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, first base side. Banks flicks it to Rogers for 1. Back to Banks. Do they turn it? Yes, they do. A 3-6-3 double play gets the Cubs out of trouble here in the 6th. We've played 6. Chicago won. Philadelphia won. Rick Wise getting a 2nd inning of work in relief for Dennis Bennett. Lou Brock, the batter. Brock has walked and struck out twice. Billy Williams, Ron Santo to follow, and if anyone should reach, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. The pitch. There's a line drive right to Herrnstein, who makes a fantastic diving stop. So 1 out for Williams. Billy is singled and doubled and lined out. The pitch. And there's a fly ball left center. Back goes Gonzalez. He goes back to the track, and he'll turn and watch it go. A solo shot for Billy Williams as he scampers around the bases, and the Cubs lead it 2-1. The Univac computer says outball traveled 410 feet. And that brings up Ronnie Santo. Santo is 0 for 2. He has struck out and walked. And if he gets plunked here, I imagine that there'll be lots of ejections. Here's the pitch. Line drive right to Taylor for the out. Oh, it was ground ball, pardon me. Skimmed it off there, and he flipped it over to Herrnstein for the 2nd out. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's Ernie Banks. Ernie is 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 2nd. The pitch. Banks draws a walk. Full count. Pitch was outside, so Wise mops his brow on this 74-degree day. Here's Andre Rogers. Rogers has walked twice. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Won't walk this time, however. He'll line this one into left center. Banks will go to 3rd. Covington has it and will hold Rogers to a single. So runners in the corners, 2 out for Jimmy Schaefer, who came in when Dick Bertel was thrown out for charging the mound after being hit by a pitch. Schaefer is 0 for 4 on the year. He has walked twice and scored twice. On the regular season, 205, 2 homers, and 9 RBI. Here's a pitch from Wise. Schaefer hits this one into right center. Gonzalez should have it. He does, and the side is retired. No, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The Cubs go ahead on a Billy Williams homer. Stretch time in Philadelphia. The Cubs 2, the Phillies 1. So this looks to be Larry Jackson's complete game effort here. He's only halfway really through his pitches. Tony Gonzalez, Wes Covington, and Herrnstein here to bat in the bottom of the 7th. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Cubs. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Phillies. Gonzalez has one of those hits. He singled and scored in the 2nd. And he'll strike out here. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the 2nd for Jackson. That'll bring up Wes Covington, 1 for 2 with a single. Covington singles again, this time on the left side. So the Phillies have the tying run on here in the bottom of the 7th for Johnny Herrnstein, who has singled twice. He has 2 of the 5 hits and the lone RBI. Here's the pitch. And he'll single again, this time to center field. Covington will hold at 2nd. Herrnstein on 1st. The Phillies are knocking on the door. Here's Clay Dalrymple. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Twins have come back to tie that game against the Tigers, by the way, at 2 in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Dalrymple line drive right to Rogers for the out. 2 out for Bobby Wine, who's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Wine grounds one to second. Stewart flips it over to first to retire the side. The Phillies, no runs on 2 hits, no errors. After 7, the Cubs lead the Phillies 2-1. Billy Cowan is 2 for 3. Single twice, drove in the one, tying run the 4th. We will see Billy Williams again, who's a triple shy of the cycle now. He's single, doubled, and homered. He would bat 5th this inning, so he'll either bat here or in the 9th. Cowan singles into left field on the ground ball. So Wise looking a bit slow on the draw today. 2 innings plus 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and the home run to Williams. Larry Jackson, I'm going to let him bunt. Nope, goes up the middle. Wise to Taylor for 1, over to Hernstein for 2. So a 1-6-3 double play. Lots of double plays this afternoon. 2 outs here in the 8th for Jimmy Stewart. 1 for 4. He has singled and struck out. Milwaukee leads the Dodgers 4-1 in the 5th. And Stewart singles into right field through the hole. Now bring up Lou Brock, who's 0 for 3. Pittsburgh has beaten the Mets 4-0. And Brock gets hit. Oof. He trots to first on an 0-1 pitch. And they'll bring up Williams. So I said it's 3 for 4. He needs a triple for the cycle. And if you're wondering, he hit 2 in the real year. So this is possible. He had 39 doubles, 33 homers, and 98 RBI too. Wise delivers. Runners go. Williams hits a fly, popped up. Tony Taylor should have it. All that set up and not even a base hit. And that retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 7.5, the Cubs lead the Phillies 2-1. Merritt Renew will come in and be the new catcher. And we're going to pull Rick Wise here. For, let's see, a right-hander pitcher for Cookie Rojas. Cookie Rojas, his first at-bat of 1964 on the real year. 291, 2 homers, and 31 RBI. And boy, the Phils could use a spark plug right now. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Sano has it, flips it over, 1 out. They'll bring up Tony Taylor. Richie Allen to follow. Taylor 0 for 3 this afternoon. Jackson's pitch. Ground ball to third. Sano has this one too. Over to Banks, 2 out. And I'll bring up Allen, 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch. And there's a fly ball into right center. Cowan should have that, but it's still going. It is off the scoreboard. No, it's gone. That's a home run. And Richie Allen has tied the game. How about that? Off the stanchion, off the light stanchion. You see that by the scoreboard? You see that yellow line painted there? He just put it over that. So we are tied at 2. 2 out here in the 8th for Johnny Callison, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Jackson delivers. There's a fly ball. Pop up first base side. Banks should have it. And he does. And so that does retire the side. We go to the 9th. The big home run by Richie Allen ties everything up at 2. So Ed Roebuck will be your reliever. The former Dodger relief ace has not pitched in 64. On the cyber replay anyway, on the real year, 5-3 with 12 saves with a 2.22 ERA, 77 hits, 77 innings, 55 hits. He walked 7 home runs. I'm getting this all miscombobulated. 25 walks and 42 strikeouts, and he'll have to face Ron Santo, Ernie Banks, and Andre Rogers here in the 9th in a 2-2 tie. The White Sox lead the Red Sox 2-1 in the 5th, by the way. Santo's 0 for 3. Ground ball to Richie Allen. Throws it over to first in time, and that's how the 9th starts. Here's Ernie Banks. Ernie is singled, walked, scored. Scored the tying run in the 4th. Here's the pitch, and he draws a walk. So the Cubs have the go-ahead run on first for Banks for Andre Rogers. I wonder if they pinch hit for Rogers here. I say that because he hits righties at a 216 clip. He is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked twice. They let him hit, and he pops it up first base side. Herrnstein is there, and there are 2 out. For the catcher, Merritt Renew, who used to play for the Colt 45s, as you can see from his picture there, 1 for 6 on the year. He has a single, a walk, and a strikeout. On the real year, he hit .091. This was a defensive move only. Roll up, delivers, and there's a line drive foul, first base line. So the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Renew. The pitch. Oh, and he hit him! That brings up Billy Cowan, who is 3 for 4 now on the day. 3 singles and an RBI. Banks the go-ahead run on second. Renew the insurance run on first. Roebuck rubs the baseball and delivers. Cowan got him. Swung on him, missed on an 0-2 fastball. So after 8.5, it's the Cubs 2, the Phillies 2. It'll be Tony Gonzalez, Wes Covington, and Johnny Herrnstein due up for the Phillies against Larry Jackson, who is at 99 pitches. Through 8 innings, he's allowed 7 hits, 2 runs, the homer by Allen to tie it. So both the runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Really quick, let's give you the out-of-town scoreboard. The Reds beat the Giants 1-0. Jim Maloney goes to 3-0. I think he struck out 14. I saw on the highlight thing before we got going with this. The Pirates shot the Mets 4-0. Bob Veal goes to 3-0. Jack Fisher 0-2. Don Clendenin with his first home run of the year. Baltimore shut out the Yankees. I guess we did make the right decision about going with this game. Milt Pappas goes to 2-0. Booten goes to 1-1. Bottom 7, Milwaukee over the Dodgers, 5-1. Al Oliver, no, that's not Al Oliver. Oliver has his second home run of the year. Bottom 7 in Minnesota, they lead the Tigers 4-2. Allen with his 3rd home run of the year. And as you saw on the bottom of the 6th, White Sox lead the Red Sox 2-1, but Stewart has a homer for Boston. So here's Gonzalez. Tony is 1 for 3. He is singled and scored in the 2nd, and struck out. And he hits one right back up the middle. Rogers flings it over to first, 1 out. Here's Wes Covington. He has 13 homers on the real season, 2 for 3 today, both singles. Jackson's pitch. And there's a line drive into right. Here comes Brock. He makes the catch, 2 out. Here's Johnny Herrnstein, who has 6 home runs on the real season. None so far in the replay. Has singled 3 times today. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Rogers over to first. And we get free baseball, boys and girls. As we've played 9. No runs, no hits, no errors after 9. We're tied at 2. So Larry Jackson will lead off 0 for 4. I don't know if they will leave him in the game. He's only tossed 105 pitches. So fatigue-wise is not an issue. Jimmy Stewart and Lou Brock to follow. And if anyone should reach, Billy Williams is sitting on the cycle, needing a triple, and he would bat 4th. No, Don Landrum will hit here. He's 0 for 3 on the year and was 0 for 11 on the real season. So Larry Jackson's day is done after 9. Pitch to Landrum is a pop-up first base side in fair territory. Hernstein is there. 1 out. Jimmy Stewart has singled twice. He's 2 for 5 today. Roebuck delivers, and there's a line drive right to line for the 2nd out. Lou Brock was struck out twice and walked. He's 0 for 3. Roebuck definitely will not pitch another inning because he will bat 3rd in the inning. So he's walked 1 and struck out 1 and not allowed to hit in his inning in 2/3. Pitch to Brock. There's a fly ball to right center. Gonzalez has it tracked down for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Lindy McDaniel will pitch for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 10th. Clay Dalrymple's 0 for 3 will lead off with Wine and a pinch hitter to follow. McDaniel has a save. He has at least pitched once. No record, no ERA, has a save. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed. He walked 2 and struck out 1. On the season, he went 1-7, but saved 15 games for the Cubs. A 3.88 ERA, 95 innings pitched, 104 hits, 4 home runs allowed, walked 23 and struck out 71. Dalrymple up the middle. Rogers charges it and throws to first in time. Yes, sir. Good play by Rogers to cut that off. Here's Bobby Wine. Bobby's 0 for 3. McDaniel delivers, and there's a ground ball up the middle again. Rogers over to Banks for the 2nd out. We could be here a while. Ed Roebuck will not hit. Ruben Amaro will be the pinch hitter. Ruben is 1 for 4 on the year with a double and a strikeout. Hit .264 in the real year. 2 out for Amaro. And there's a ground ball to short. Going to be a whole trio of 6-3s here, and that retires the side here in the 10th. We go to the 11th. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're still tied at 2. Johnny Klipstein comes in to pitch for the Phillies. He has thrown 1 inning and he struck out the side with a walk. On the real season, 4.09 ERA, 2-1 with a save. The record, 22 innings pitched, 22 hits, 6 homers. Billy Williams got to be chomping at the bit here. He walked 8 and struck out 13. So we go to the 11th in a 2-2 tie. Cubs 2 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They've stranded 15. Phillies 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. They've stranded 4. Pitch to Williams is a line drive right back to Klipstein for the 1st out. So here's Ronnie Santos. Santo is 0 for 4 with a strikeout and a walk. And he draws his 2nd walk of the game. So the Cubs have the go-ahead run on first for Ernie Banks, who has walked twice, scored, and is singled 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Here's a line drive into center. Gonzalez comes in to make the catch for the out. 2 out. For Andre Rogers, who was 1 for 3 and has walked twice, so has reached base 3 times but not scored. Klipstein delivers. This time he strikes out. Swinging and misses, strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 10.5, it's still 2-2. Tony Taylor, the batter. Top of the lineup here for the Phillies, Taylor, Allen, and Callison, facing McDaniel, who's on for a 2nd inning of work. Taylor is 0 for 4, and he gets plunked. He looks out at McDaniel to say, "What are you doing?" But he runs right to first, and so the winning run is on. Nobody out for Richie Allen. His home run in the 8th tied the game at 2. He can win it right here. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. The pitch. Oh, she looked at strike 3 on the inside corner. 1 out for Johnny Callison, who is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. He has 31 homers on the real year. Does not have any in the replay yet. Pitch to Callison, and he walks. So Taylor moves to second. He's the only one run that really matters. Here's Tony Gonzalez. He has a game-winning RBI this year. He is 1 for 4 today. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. He scored the run in the second that tied the game at 1. McDaniel's ready. Here's the pitch. Gonzalez puts one up the middle. McDaniel stabs it, throws it over to Banks for the second out. So the winning run is now on third base, and Taylor. Callison really doesn't matter. He can pretty much just sit on the bag. Here's Wes Covington. He is 2 for 4. He has singled twice. If he walks, and that's the only way this game can continue, or the inning continues with a walk, then Hernstein is on deck, and he's 3 for 4 today. And they're going to walk Covington. So they're going to load the bases for Johnny Hernstein, who is 3 for 4 with an RBI. So that really didn't matter. I mean, it's a smart move. Taylor is the only runner that matters. McDaniel is ready. The pitch. Hernstein strikes out. He swings and misses on a 2-2 pitch, and the Phillies leave him loaded. No runs, no hits, no errors. Hit batsman and 2 walks after 11. We are tied at 2. And so Klipstein will come out for his second inning. Merritt Renew, the batter. He must have reached base somehow. I think he got hit by a pitch. He did get hit by a pitch. This time he hits a base hit into right center field. And so that'll bring up Billy Cowan, who is 3 for 5 today. 3 singles with an RBI and a strikeout. A pitch. Klipstein got him. 1-2 pitch called strike 3. So that'll bring up McDaniel. I would imagine the Cubs would pinch hit here. They do. Leo Burke is your new hitter. Leo, 2 for 9 on the year with a double. On the real season, 262 with a homer and 14 RBI. So the go-ahead run is Renew on first, and Leo Burke at the plate. The pitch. And there's a line drive to Wine. 2 out here in the top of the 12th inning. Jimmy Stewart, the batter, 2 for 6 today with a strikeout and 2 singles. The pitch. Stewart popped him up. Wine should have it on the infield grass. He does, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 11 and a half, we are still tied at 2. Wayne Schurr, S-C-H-U-R-R, pitching for the Cubs. He is 0-1 on the Cyber season with an 8.44 ERA. 5 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, walked 2 and struck out 3. We Dalrymple, Wine, and a pinch hitter for the Phillies here in the 12th. Dalrymple is 0 for 4. The pitch. There's a grounder up the middle. Schurr knocks it down, throws it over to Banks, 1 out. Bobby Wine, the batter. Bobby is 0 for 4. Schurr delivers. Ground ball to Santo, over to first. Banks has it, 2 out. Who we got left? We're going to go with the other catcher, Gus Triendos. And we'll make the double switch if this game goes to the 13th. Triendos is 1 for 7, but his 1 hit was a home run. He had 8 on the real season. Schurr gave up 3 in 40 innings in the real season. Won't re-win this time. Ground ball to Sano. Throws it over to Banks, and we go to the 12th inning. No runs, no hits, or 13th inning rather. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 12, we're still tied at 2. All right, so Balchin comes in to bat 7th and pitch. He's pitched 3 times this year already. 1-0 with 2 saves and a 2.57 ERA. 7 innings, 4 hits for Balchin. A home run allowed, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Triandos stays in the game because he's the lone catcher, and we do have left on the bench, and we do have single game injuries on. So Lou Brock the batter. Lou is 0 for 4. He struck out twice and walked. We start at the top of the 13th inning on a beautiful day, 77 degrees. Brock up the middle, and that will be a base hit. So Brock might be a threat. Here's Billy Williams to steal. Has a 59% chance of taking the base. Williams needs a triple for the cycle. Single, double, and a homer. One of the reasons why we're still here. Brock goes. Williams swings, and there's a fly ball to right. It must have been a hit and run. Callis, no, it's a foul ball. I misread that one completely. So Brock has a good chance now to steal. Balchin throws over. Brock is back. Milwaukee beat the Dodgers 7-4. Pitch to Williams. Popped up. Triandos stands in foul territory. Mask is off. 2 out. Or 1 out. 1 out, pardon me. Ron Santo, 0 for 4 today. He has walked twice and struck out. And he puts this one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. Brock will motor on to third. Santo rounds first and third for the Cubs with 1 out. And Ernie Banks. They're going to play for 2 here. White Sox beat the Red Sox 3-2 today. Phillies play halfway. They'll turn 2 to try to get out of it. Taylor, Allen, and Callison do up for the Phillies in the bottom of the 13th. Balchin's pitch. Banks goes down, and he watched strike 3 on a 2-2 pitch. That's big, so Andre Rogers has a chance. They'll play back now with 2 out to put the Cubs ahead here in the 13th. Brock on third. Santo on first. Rogers, ground ball to short. Wide to Taylor for the fielder's choice, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 13th inning. Wayne Shore on for his second inning. 2-2 the score. As Taylor steps up to the plate, he's 0 for 4. The Cubs have stranded 19 runners in 13 innings. If this game goes to the 14th, Renew Cowan in the pitcher spot for the Cubs. Taylor. Line drive, base hit. And so the winning run is on first for Richie Allen, and we will try and steal the base. Taylor goes, Renew's throw, and he's out. Oh, and a 72% chance of taking the base. You got to do it. And Renew threw him out. So 1 out for Allen, whose home run in the 8th tied this game at 2. The pitch. And here's a line drive, base hit in the center field. So Richie will hold it first. 1 out. That's a 9th hit for the Phils tonight, or today. And a 2-2 tie. Cubs have 13 hits. Johnny Callison, 0 for 4. Walker and a strikeout. The pitch. And it's a wild pitch. It gets away. And so Allen moves to second. The winning run is in scoring position with a 2-1 count to Callison. Again, Johnny, ground ball, base hit. Here comes Allen. Cowan will try to throw. The throw home is not in time. The Phillies win 3-2. Well, it took 4 hours and 16 minutes of cyber time for this one to get done. In 13 innings, but it was an RBI single by Johnny Callison that puts the Phillies ahead to stay 3-2. You saw the whole game, so we won't go through there. The game was tied, the Cubs went ahead in the 7th on a solo shot by Billy Williams to make it 2-1. And then Richie Allen tied it in the bottom of the 8th to make it 2-2. Billy Cowan goes 3 for 3 today. Billy Williams 3 for 7. Chase this cycle couldn't get the triple. Richie Allen 2 for 5. He hit the homer to tie the game in the 8th and scored the winning run here in the 13th inning. Johnny Hernstein went 3 for 5. Jack Baldachin gets the win in relief. 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 2-0 on the season with the strikeout today. Wayne Sher 1 in the 3rd in relief and takes the loss. An earned run. That one you just saw. 3 hits, no walks, and no strikeouts. So that's it for this one. Wednesday will be in Milwaukee for the Pirates and the Braves, and the next Saturday will be at Chavez Ravine in Los Angeles for the next revival of the Dodgers and the Giants. Until then, I hope you stayed with us for this extra long video. Ron Juckett for Retro Sportsnet. We'll talk to you the next time.